I used to wander the corners of Skyrim like you. I miss those days. I do. There's a freedom the roads give you that the Stronghold does not. But I have a place here, and I wouldn't want to dishonor my clan by leaving again like some young pup. I couldn't. It would dishonor the place the chief has made for me. Well, for that much, I don't think Malakath would turn his scowl on me. All right, Outlander. My axe is yours.
Actually, it's a mace.
Lead, then. You have my steel.
Improved Housecarls and Hirelings mod for Skyrim Special Edition.
My blood's calm.
By Dr. Nukenstein. Mod demonstration video, Ghorbash The Iron-Hand. Ghorbash The Iron-Hand can be found at Dushnik, southeast of Markarth. You approach the Stronghold, they tell you go away, and then they send you on a quest. If you press the issue, they send you on a quest to retrieve the Forge Master's fingers, an enchanted pair of gauntlets that do some degree of smithing bonus, depending on the level. Some random location nearby, typically a Forsworn hideout. Return with them, they make you bloodkin, and Ghorbash is at the training dummy. You can recruit him. Pardon. You can recruit him as a follower by either beating his ass or bribing him and giving a handful of gold, or if you have a strong persuasion, make him feel guilty, make him feel like a sissy, or like I said, beat his ass. Be aware that's probably susceptible to the brawl bug, and then you have a stronghold full of orcs up your ass. Now, there is another orc from a stronghold that we will go in to get. Take them both to Fallen Root at the same time, park one outside, and take them in one at a time. Try to these. And once you become bloodkin to one stronghold, they send word to all the strongholds, I guess email, because wow, the same day, and you never see a courier. So they, all the strongholds.
You are speaking to Lorik, Chief of Morkasgur.
Never seen this before.
How about a test? Your muscle against mine. The victor gains 100 gold coins from the loser. This will be good training. Let's go. Come on. You want a real You should see my forge wife shoot theirs if you need weapons or armor. Fight well.
So, yeah, brawl bug. And I mean, I'm wearing this thing. Unarmed strikes do 5,300 additional damage. So, alright. The only two-hander, or...
I envy you, Outlander. You can choose to leave if you wish. Yes, but I must stay here and wait for the day when I'll be married and sent to another stronghold. It is our way, and I am proud to follow my people's traditions, but I can't help but feel shame.
That would be a sign of intelligence.
I couldn't. It would shame my chief, and my mother, and four mothers.
What if I pay off your dowry?
That's a fine idea. The stronghold would need the gold when I left to marry anyway. I am ready when you are. Lead then. You have my steel.
Right,
An orc follows to the death.
and could dress better. Alright, so Borgak the Steelheart, of course, from Morkazgur, northeast of Markarth. So, now we are going to Volenrud, rather. Volskiga. It's been about 10 minutes, so, right. Come on, you two. Now, I'm going to start with Ghorbash the Iron-Hand, of course, since this is his video. I just figured since they're so close and Volenrud is so far away from both of them, might as well pick them up while I'm in the area.
You have a grim look.
Yeah, you want to talk?
You sure? Fine. I'll stand watch.
Jeez. Keep the helmet on. Alrighty. Save. Now. There's a little light out here. There we are. Ghorbash the Iron-Hand.
My blood's calm. I prefer it boiling.
So what are you good at? He is level 16, I'm level 11. His one-handed's good, his two-handed is coming up, his archery's coming up. Heavy armor's real good. Shield, good. No magic, no sneak. Let's take a look at him. He's way down here. Get it open in vanilla. Get it open here. Goulash, the Iron Foot. Now, originally he was matched level to the player with a max of 30. His original class was Combat Ranger. I noticed they did this a lot with the orcs, the orc followers. Combat, Ranger. Perks to, or skill weights to one-handed, most archery, block, light armor, sneak. So, I mean, that just doesn't fit. Yeah, I mean, light armor, no heavy armor. For orcs, you know. So, I made him combat warrior one-handed instead, which has more points to one-handed, obviously, or weights to one-handed, two-handed archery, block, and heavy armor. So those skills will level up by those amounts. Those attributes will level up by those amounts, or some range thereof, because of the fractionals. Now, original combat style was set to human melee level 4. It is still human melee level 4. Human melee level 4. That goes all the way up to 7. So, and it's mostly these numbers that change, the offensive multipliers. Some of these change, I believe. So, it's a pretty good setup. It works for him. There are his default AI packages and his riding a horse and dismounting horse. Inventory. Originally, he came with a steel armor, level steel armor set, a steel war axe, and some leveled loot in his pockets, and the key to the Dushnik longhouse. I gave him all orcish outfit, orcish shield and orcish weapons, mace, bow, and orcish arrows. Now, obviously, at some point, this is going to be outdated. That armor will be too low a level, but to begin with, orcish is fine, especially at a low level like I am now, because right now that's like the standard is, you know, orcish gear is what I'm running across Actually, it's the top of the line. And orcs really should have, you know, early access to their own crap. I mean, they can make it, you know. Now, he came with no perks. I gave him perks pertaining to one-handed and archery and block, and perks pertaining to maces, because he does have a mace. Right, which that just ignores a percentage of armor. It doesn't really do extra damage except, you know, getting past their armor. It's the armsman perks that do the extra damage. Now, as I said, he is 1.5 times the player's level because orcs are born to do it. And you'll notice if you saw the other orcs videos from Largashbur, Ogal, Lob, and Ugor, they were 1.3 times the player level. Because they were a weakened tribe. That was the whole point of that quest for Malakath's hammer, was that they are a weakened tribe. So they were weaker than other orcs. Both Ghorbash and Borgak are 1.5 times the player's level. So first we will see Ghorbash the Iron-Hand, and then we will see Borgak the Steelheart. Well, let's see.
Fine. Let's trade then.
Check his inventory. Like I said, the orcish stuff. Hey, he actually spawns enchanted doodads. Increases heavy armor skill. Increase your health. Ooh, ha, he. Give me that one. You wear that one. That one is going to come in more handy than your heavy armor skill, really. It's more, heavy armor is more like a passive skill type thing. Comes in more handy about 10 levels from now. They're more able to withstand a Fusroda to the face.
Go where the challenge is
without being flung across the room. Come here. There you go. Pay attention. My battery backup thing over here is having a fit over something. I don't know what the hell it is. I mean, I just put a new battery in it last year. No, it ain't dead yet. Shut up. Anything's getting on my nerves. Let's go check the shield. Ooh, it's dwarfing. Come here.
You have a grim look.
What do you got?
Fine. Let's trade then.
Let's look at that. Orcish shield does 32. Dwarven shield does 28. Okay, so you got the better. Yeah. You got the better one.
Lead us to our next task.
Right. We're always worried about tasks. I mean, Periite is the Daedric Prince of tasks. But anyway, if you saw the videos for the orcs from Largashbur, then you saw the issue that orcs have with being the target of combat when the player is not detected. Now, that Draugr can't see me. I'm standing up. I'm not hidden. I'm just obscured. If this Draugr detects me and adds me to his to-do list, he gets his ass knocked across the room. Same thing here.
I'm going to put you now.
If they detect the player, the orcs are all over it. If the player is undetectable, And all they detect is the orc. The orc don't care. All he had to do was bang his head against the rock. Doink. Put that hand down. Oh man. A little more. Come on, I'll catch you. Come on. There you go. Let's get one of those going. Knock it off me.
Real fight.
Run away! Nothing good. Okay, now he's going to try to shoot around a corner. You're good, you ain't that good. Good job.
An orc. What is it? Show me. We done?
Yeah, we're done.
Now, he could have handled that by running up the stairs and beating them to death, but I'm actually a bit impressed that he was able to find the correct angle to snipe him from so far below. Just blocking the door there, bro. smashies. There you go. Looks like he had a little nervous twitch there.
You have a grim look. What is it? Show me.
Not gonna risk the chest.
Then that is my task.
He's right there. It's the ghost behind you, dude. I'll get backed up in that corner.
I brought one for you.
Don't worry about that thing. Really. Oof. Hey. You gonna shoot around corners? Tripping over crap. Oh, right in the head.
I brought one for you.
I was hoping it could have took her out before she coughed up another one of those. Hopefully he could knock her out, not send her to bleed out. Too late.
I fought worse than you.
I'm playing around with this damn thing again. There you go. That's the way to do it. Good job. Hey, got one coming up behind you. Yeah, he's over here. There you go. Come here. Come here. Just a little bit to this side, and there you go. There's like one spot in that little edge that they'll get hung up on. Wow. I don't know if he would have used that scroll. Probably not. But wow, that's some weak loot.
My blood's calm. I prefer it boiling.
No, I didn't have him looted.
Lead us to our next task.
So that was Ghorbash The Iron-Hand. Now we did take a little extra time here. Not a bad time at all. I mean, as far as, you know, the actual work in the dungeon. This video is a bit long because, you know, we went to another stronghold, listened to some conversation, went over some things, and blah, blah, blah. So, all in all, less than 20 minutes easily for him. Maybe about 12. Very good job. Just minor nitpicks about hanging on to the archery when he could have gone to melee. But really, right about the time, you know, you notice it and then notice that it's a problem is when he's, you know, adjusting to it, you know, adjusting for it and going to the melee. Right about the time I'm sitting here going, wow, you know, he's clinging on to that archery. I mean, I'd pull the, oh wait, okay, so there he goes, pulling the axe. So, good job. Ghorbash The Iron-Hand does still have the issue of when the player is not detected, but he is, and he's the target, the sole target. He don't care. He won't fight back. that's really only going to be a problem. Well, I mean, I don't know if that's going to. It's not my mod, as far as I can tell. I don't do any kind of. I have not done any kind of AI screwing around with threat detection and stuff like that. I have not. I tried it in a previous iteration, setting their aggro radius, and that doesn't work. That only works for enemies of the player, because when you turn that on, they become the enemy of the player. Housecarls went hostile as soon as I walk in on me, so had to go back, redo the mod, turn all that off. Just turn all that off. So it's either a conflict I'm having with some other mod. I can't imagine which one. It has to be one that actually affects them, but does not state that it affects followers, or it's just some random, luck of the draw. It's just this exact combination will yield this problem. Could also be stuff that they've been, updates that they've been doing with the Creation Club. Could be that this mod was actually started before and built from, or added on to, how would you say it? I started working on this mod before they brought out the Creation Club patch for Skyrim Special Edition. I've been using the same mod since then, and it's still based off, Skyrim ESM, update ESM. I know they've been making changes to those for the Creation Club content, because you can see it listed. And there are a few other changes that I have noticed that were made after or by some of these Creation Club updates, so to speak, to the main update ESM. Some of those may have also gone in and kind of played around with some other stuff, like Orc AI, or it might be, this issue might be caused by the fact that this mod was first built before the Creation Club stuff was brought out, and then added to later, still drawing from some sort of corruption, for lack of a better term, between in the original version of this mod, owing to the Creation Club updates. I don't know. I don't know. I cannot find anything that tells orcs to ignore all hits unless the player is targeted. I set their ignore friendly hits flag. They're not friendly in any way to any of these enemies. I cannot set their ignore friendly hits flag, and they still react the same way. I've tested it that way, but because they're not friendly to the Draugr, they're not in that. They are not in allied factions. So I don't know what that is, but as I said, it is exclusive to orcs. So it's got to be something that some mod, some modification, some update, some patch, whatever, I don't know, has done specifically to orcs. Or like I said, it's just a perfect storm. These exact ingredients caused this problem. But either way, aside from that, I mean, when they're on, they're on. So, and I mean, you're not really going to be using an orc. If you're playing a stealth character, you're not really going to be using an orc to begin with, because that just totally gets your sneak. So, anyway, good job, Ghorbash the Iron-Hand.